Today on the Topic Show, IBM calls Elon Musk anti-Semitic. The hypocrisy is near unfathomable. DeSantis proudly tweets a video of a man who claims he switched from supporting Trump but doesn't say why. UAW ratifies his Stellantis and Ford contracts. Bud Light Blue Bull tweet is roasted and gets less than 200 likes. Publix announces a new CEO. GM Cruise co-founder leaves after their CEO exits. Volvo stock crashes 14%, and Honda issues a recall for 250,000 vehicles, but your Honda Civic and Accord are safe. All of that and much more on The Topping Show. Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in today. Today's episode of Topping Show is sponsored by Topping Technologies. Topping Technologies is an IT value-added reseller and services company with a special proficiency in IT security. Heck, I see their founder at least twice a day because he's quite handsome and brilliant. He's me, you see, that's the joke. If you're an IT leader or a business owner, you can reach the team at sales@toppingtechnologies.com. Also, trying to reach 4,000 subscribers by the end of November. So if you click that button, I would greatly appreciate it. Now, going over to the business part of the podcast, you have Publix announcing a new CEO. And fun little facts about that company, since this may be the very first or one of the first times we've spoken about them. They're one of the largest grocery chains, and in fact, the largest grocery chain store specifically in both Florida and Georgia, founded back in 1930 by George Jenkins, now has 1,351 locations. Now, that being said, I don't think they're too drastically big in Texas. We're more of an HEB place, so to say. They're headquartered famously in San Antonio, I believe. And it looks like they do serve areas including Alabama, Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, Virginia, and Kentucky. So they're expanding slowly but surely. In terms of business developments, they're announcing a new CEO. This thanks to an article from Alyssa Reimer over on LinkedIn. And they noted that their current CEO, Todd Jones, will be replaced by their current president, Kevin Murphy, while Jones takes the role of executive chairman. Changes will be effective January 1st, 2024. They also noted that Publix hasn't really had a lot of these quote-unquote shakeups historically. And they know that they have some quote-unquote aggressive growth plans, specifically in Kentucky. At the start of November, Publix reported a strong third quarter earnings with net sales up 7.2% to $14 billion. They also know that they face increasing competition in its home state of Florida, with rivals such as Aldi looking over to win customers. So it'll be interesting to see. Traditionally, grocery stores are not the best in terms of retail and profit margins. It's usually about 2% average, which is why you don't see a lot of startups these days. Nowadays, you can't help but think most startups are, well, perhaps confirmation bias, but there's a lot of software startups. But in terms of like a mom and pop grocery store or someone trying to grow that, most of them have been around for quite some time because of that huge advantage they have and the huge upfront cost of investment you have to make in order to compete with that. And at the end of the day, it's still only about 2% profit, which is razor thin margins. One bad judgment call just destroys a company like that. So it'll be interesting to see as they face more and more competition, and they are trying to grow aggressively. How are they going to further differentiate themselves from the Aldi, which again is a very long, historically based company. They've been around forever. And the Aldi family, they've grown that company exponentially as well. And interestingly enough, I think Aldi is best known for having the quarter carts, which is a good incentive. It's one of those instances where you can only take a cart from their row of carts if you insert a physical quarter into a mechanism and actually delinks the chain. And I was going to say, inflation is starting to rear its ugly head. You can especially tell this because I went to a parking lot and I saw an Aldi cart with a quarter still inside. And because I'm not morally vacuous and I actually have a modicum of self-respect, I actually did the right thing and I put the cart back. And I incidentally got a quarter, which really isn't worth anything these days, although I can use it in my Blockbuster gumball machine around the corner over there. So there's a little silver lining in that situation. But it seems more and more people can't even be bothered to put the cart back, even when they have a quarter incentive. Ridiculous. So it'll be interesting to see. Let me know, are you a big fan of Publix? And do you think they'll be able to increase their growth rate to actually overtake some of the competition? Or do you think there's not enough differentiators between the two? What do you think? What perceived to you, what is their greatest competitive advantage and the reason why you love shopping there? Or why you prefer the competition? Be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you again, everyone, for taking time to tune in today. Don't forget, trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of November. So if you can click that button, I greatly appreciate it. Also, leaving a comment is a great way to let me know how I can make the channel and the show better and better and improve the show quality. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.